Well, the YouTube, True Crime Table site, everything else, found the article of the Whitey Bulger, Lady of the Dunes. Let's see what I can do to get this done a little quick, because I am out in the rain. Go figure. Friggin' rain. Screwed up my last video. It's probably going to screw up this video. But anyways, as you can start reading here, as it says that Whitey Bulger supposedly was a gay pimp. Holy shit, this guy, man. What a weirdo. But I mean, it goes on to say, linked to a woman with a similar description to the Lady of the Dunes. There was a blanket wrapped around this woman from the Crown and Anchor. I believe that's a resort or hotel. Size 10 shoe found of Bulger, same size. The green towel or blanket believed to be from the Crown and Anchor. Where is that other piece? Been removed, and she was nearly decapitated. I could have sworn they said in one article that she was strangled. Because I think, as you would see in the movie with Johnny Depp and the girl he brought in that house, he strangled her. But this says she was decapitated, hands. The teeth were pulled from her mouth, which that what Bulger would do. Everything supposedly, as you can see here, from the other story I showed the other night. Oh, she was a casting member from the Jaws movie. How the hell do you go from all this, a blow to the side of the skull, teeth missing, fingerprints or hands cut? And it does say in this article that she was a, where is it? Linked a woman with similar descriptions. That she was, a part of the Whitey Bulger gang. And I mean, as you can see, as I will put this in the description box. Of course, I wanted to do this article immediately in case it happened to disappear. But it also says in this article that she was very well known in the Whitey Bulger gang. And also in this article does not say nothing. Oh, here's something else. With what is believed to be a military something was done military entrenchment tool. Trying to see. And it does say in this article that she was, how do you say it? I wish I could find it. Damn it. But also it says here that she was found with maggots. Some woman was walking her dog. The dog was starting to go crazy. The woman walked down the dune, found the body. Affiliated, I wanted to say. And that's what I wanted to say, that it says in this article that she was affiliated in some way in the Whitey Bulger's gang. And all this stuff of how these gangsters or so-called mob members would do things, that's how this woman was killed. And it's just crazy just to see this new article come up, was tied to the notorious Winter Hill Gang leader. So whether or not she was one of them second women, that Whitey was dating, whether or not she was dating someone in the Winter Hill Gang and ended up dead like in the movie of the guy screwing his, that sick bastard screwing his stepdaughter or daughter, whatever the hell it was. Sick idiots. And you can just imagine who this woman was and why she was murdered. Of course, if you cross paths with Whitey Bulger, and it is known, right, even said in the movie, you're gonna do or say, or she could be a snitch, that person's got to go. And who knows what this woman knew. But here we have a young lady, well, built, probably a gorgeous looking thing or whatnot. And right, Whitey Bulger gets involved with women and don't like it, or don't like something, or something said, or, there they go. But then they're gonna say this woman was in the Jaws as an extra. And I already did the analysis on that face, and that woman looks nothing like the woman of the dunes. So, this whole flat out article is talking about how she could have been affiliated with Whitey Bulger and the Hill Gang, but yet she was an extra in a movie. Why would they come out with this now? Why, after all these years, they're going to come out and say, oh, unless they were looking at pictures to see, if maybe Whitey Bulger was in that. That's what I'd be looking at in them pictures back when, if the Jaws movie was, made there, right? You would be looking to see if Whitey Bulger was hanging around. Because if he was out there doing all this, prostitution ring with gay men and lesbians, and, they got a movie set out there. And like I said, people get attracted to them movie sets. You got people like Matt Damon, hell, Mark Wahlberg. I don't think I told this story yet, but I think I did. But when Mark Wahlberg came to town to do Patriots Day, I literally signed up for that thing. And it was called Boston Casting. But when I got down there, of course, it's all about money. And at the time, I didn't have no money. And I didn't get the hat, but if I could have, I was going to try to get the part of the guy with the hat that runs out there, the cowboy hat type hat, runs out there with the beard and everything. So I was going to try and see if I'd, fit that part, but it didn't happen because once we got in there and I started doing the interview, and there was all kinds of people in there, and all of a sudden, you got to sign up to this. So I had to go home and put my email in. And as soon as all that was done, it was like, oh, you need to give us $60 or $100 or something crazy like that. I was like, what the fuck? Now I got to pay for this? I'm like, come on. So, no, I didn't make it to Patriots Day. I made it down there to the casting, but never made it in the movie, so didn't have the money. But you could just imagine when 74 back then, they didn't really have as much, skills to cast people like they do now or whatever. Or putting it all online and stuff like that, and, So you could just imagine who was hanging around, especially people with money, throwing it around. It'd be most likely that Whitey Bulger or one of the Winter Hill Gang members, caught the attraction of this woman. But yet, she was probably someone that was, heart of gold, not knowing what she was walking into, and finding out who she was really with. And it's like, oh, geez. And they went off and talked a little bit too much in front of the woman. Yeah, now she's got to die. It's like, if that is the case, and that is what happened, then that should be. But now they're saying, yeah, she was a casting in a movie, ended up murdered. So whether or not there was the copycat Boston Strangler, like I said, but then again, this person cut her up and butchered her. So, being the Whitey Bulger and the Winter Hill Gang things they used to do, well, why would they change it? And in that new article I show you, it don't say nothing about how she was murdered or anything. It just said she was murdered. She could have been in the casting of Jaws, and she's dead. And it's like, what the hell? So what is it really? What is it really on this case now that they went and immediately, abruptly changed everything, even the sketch, which is more puffier in the cheekbones, like I said, than the original. And the lady they do have don't look nothing like the both sketches. So where they're going with this, I don't know, but it is crazy, folks, how things are done, and things will never get solved because improper things. I'm well over the fact that this case is just as bad as anyone else that has been murdered and improperly investigated. It's sick, and it continues to this day. So let that be a thought, a theory, an idea, just like the Delphi murders. You know, they put it out there, just like it is in this article, that it could have been Whitey Bulger. Everything that done was affiliated with the mob stuff. But yet, oh, she was an extra in Jaws. She was murdered, and that's it. Here's a new sketch. Oh, man! What is really going on in this world? I don't know, man, but all I do know is, here's the article. I thought it would have disappeared, but there is one that I do remember, that she was strangled to death. And I don't think I'll find that one again. And I hopefully in that last video I did of this case, it was up and I could go back and see, you know, what I and where I got that from. So with that being said, be safe, take care. Always beware, because if this person's still alive, that's right, still out there, folks. Out.